really the beer comes from grains. The color and style comes from the grains. We take that seed, we run it through a mill, which crunches that seed up and opens it up so we can get to those great juice, the proteins and sugars that are in there. It comes up a mill, dumps into our mash tun, which is the term for the first step of brewing. It's called a mash tun. It sits in there, we mix it with hot water. And literally we're making oatmeal. And you watch, and that's when the brewer's in there with his big paddle and he's stirring the beer around, and what he's doing is agitating those grains and getting it mixed in so that hot water bleeds out that and pulls the sugars, pulls the color out of those grains. And he makes it looks just like oatmeal. It's fun to look at it when he brews it. So you do it, and then we pull that juice out of that mash tun through a filter, and we've got wort, W-O-R-T. We make wort, and that's the beer juice. That's what's going to become beer. So we've got our water, we've added our grains. We take it and we move it over into the traditional kettle, and that's just what it is. It's just a big cooking pot, gigantic cooking pot where we cook the beer. Cook it for a couple hours, we boil the beer, because that grain, once again, was in the ground. So we're going to introduce yeast in a little bit, so we got to get anything, any germs or anything that might be in there, we got to cook it and get that beer ready to become beer. So we pull it in there. The other magical thing that happens in that process in that brew kettle is this is when we introduce hops. The hops are the flowering part of a vine that grows. We grow the best hops in the world in Oregon and Washington State. That's where all of our hops come from. We add hops at 3 different stages in that. And what the hops do is they were made primarily to balance out the sweetness of beer, because we talked about the sugars in the grain. Well, it's all sweet. There's a lot of sweetness coming out there, but we don't want a big, thick, sweet, cloying beer, so we got to balance it out. And hops also are very aromatic, and so hops will give each hop will give that style of beer its own unique aroma, but that you can smell that tastes different or it smells different than any other beverage or product that you would have.